Good morning everyone. Welcome to the Sugar and Crumbs kitchen on a Thursday chaotic morning as per usual. Okay, so I'm here going to make you a quick lemon drizzle cake using our flavoured icing sugars. This morning I've actually just had a go at making one. I've never made one before and I love lemon drizzle cake. I must admit, if I ever go in Costa Coffee, that is exactly what I'm having. So there's a nice advertisement there for Costa Coffee, but their slices of lemon drizzle is absolutely, well, I just love it. So I thought, you know what, I need to get round and make one of these myself, never have done. And then when Laura was having her baby shower, now that was a long time ago, she made one. I went, Laura, that's absolutely amazing. She went, Mum, it's so easy, make one. And I just haven't got round to it till today. So I thought, you know what, I'll give it a go. So I have made one this morning. The recipe I'm following is Mary Berry's recipe. I've adapted it to include our flavoured icing sugars. And thank you, Maria. Realised we haven't got a knife. So I've adapted it to use our flavoured icing sugars. When I put it in the pan, I was thinking, crikey, there's not a lot of mixture in there. Not a lot of mixture in there. And then I read that her recipe was based on a £1 mix for a £1 loaf pan. So, and what have I got? So I had to quickly go and get my other pan and have a look, and this one is a £2 one. So the recipe that's linked to the top of the page is for a smaller loaf pan, and what I'm actually going to do is I'm actually going to make it for you double the size, okay, so that we can fit it in here, get it in the oven, and let's show you how it's made. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off, so these are two I made this morning. Now, I will tell you, as per usual, Carol, Sugar and Crumbs style, rushed home with gin and tonic and Prosecco last night because I was just going to top some cupcakes for you, and forgot the lemon drizzle, so I had to send Laura from the office this morning to come over. So I've actually made these with key lime. So this is key lime lemon drizzle, just to confuse you all together, but I will tell you the kitchen smells amazing, doesn't it? It smells so good. So let's cut this in half anyhow. So I'm just going to cut it in half. We'll do a slice there, so not very big slices, but John loves lemon drizzle as well, and we'll have to see what he thinks of. Ooh, isn't that a lovely sponge? I sound as though I'm surprised. Look at that for a sponge. That's gorgeous, isn't it? Quite pleased with that. So we'll let Maria and John have a taste in a moment. And then the other thing is I did this as per Mary Berry's cake mix, okay? So I did this as the 3.5 ounce mix. And then what I did is I just made it a 4 ounce mix because I had big trouble wondering how to do 1.5 eggs. So I just beat the egg and then weighed it in half. And then let's just cut this one now and see what this is like. Look at that lovely nice crunch as well. So I don't know how close you can see into that, John. Can you see? Are we on this camera? Yep. This camera over here? This one. This one. Okay. Now isn't that a lovely sponge that? Really pleased with that. So who's ready for a go? Me. You? Are you ready for your breakfast, John?
Yeah, go for it.
So who's joined us so far?
We've got quite a few.
I'll have a sneaky peek. You gonna have a peek? You gonna have a taste? Maria?
Yes, yes.
We've got Kelly, Natasha, Helen, Bridget, Lynn, Elaine, Rob,
Which
Laura.
camera are we on, John? So
Back
just
to you.
Back to me, is it?
We've got Sarah, we've got Joe. She's watching for the first time live. She usually catches up on YouTube. We've got Robert. We've got Alison, Julie, Di, Leslie, Pearl, Vanda, Julie, Kat, Gillian. So apologies if I miss anyone because the feed's running up quite quickly.
Don't worry.
And thank you very much for the happy birthday wishes.
And don't worry, it's I'll Eat Cake by John shouts all that out. So, as John just said, thank you for the happy birthday wishes. It was going to be a surprise because he never looks on Facebook, never looks on there, and I popped a little message on there this morning on my personal page, and I think Maria gave the game away, didn't you? Did you tell John? How did you know?
Maria told me.
Maria told you.
Maria can't keep a secret.
Because I was going to say it's John's birthday today. So for those of you who don't know John, let's go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to John. I'm not going to sing it all because I can't sing. He's dying with embarrassment. So let's move this cake out the way. And I'll just leave it there, Maria. And then let me just get these little mini cupcakes out of the oven. These can cool. Maria, can you pass me a little taster thing? A little tester. Just one second, I made some little mini cupcakes. just so that we can decorate them shortly. Just 1 second. When you've gone and cleaned up and put the damn thing away. So 1 second, I'll be back to you. They should be ready. They're ready. So just so that you know, just made these in the little mini foils. I'm going to put those out the way and come back to those shortly. Get yourself a tea time, Maria. Okay, there you go. Right, so let's get on with baking this cake then. So I'm actually going to do double the recipe. So on the website it's for a £1 cake, but I'm going to double the recipe, okay? And everything all goes in one. So we've got 6 ounces of flour, 6 ounces of flour, and I'm using a premium flour. So I'm going to use McDougall's Premium Supreme Sponge Flour. I always use this in my cake mixes, if I'm really honest, or I use the other one there. They've got 2 versions of this, so I always use a good quality flour. Now, Mary Berry does say had baking powder. I have put it in the ingredients, but I've also put a note at the side that I haven't used it because I think it'll ruin it with such a good premium flour. So that's entirely up to you whether you want to do that, okay? And then we're going to put in 6 ounces of icing sugar, and then I've just got to go and melt my butter because the butter has to be melted. So I'm using unsalted butter, so I can just put that in the microwave for 30 seconds. Any questions, John?
Not at the moment, no.
Right, okay. So Laura is in the office. She got back to the office in time, so she's in the office now and she's actually going to answer questions. So let me read out the ingredients to you. So the ingredients on the website is 3 ounces of self-raising flour, but remember I'm doubling it, okay? So I've used 6 ounces of self-raising flour, 6 ounces of Lemon Drizzle Flavoured Icing Sugar. Now the cake I showed you before, I actually used the key lime. Okay, so you can use any flavour you want really, but for this it's zesty, so you want one of the zesty flavours, so the orange zest would be good as well. So we've used 6 ounces of that, and then we've got 6 ounces of softened butter, which has just come out the microwave, that Maria's kindly got for me. So 6 ounces of softened butter just gone in the microwave, so I've just melted it down.
Oh, it's Roselle's birthday as well.
Oh, we share a birthday with Roselle. Hello.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. So it's been a proper birthday boom at the moment, hasn't it? So I'm just going to pour that in over the top. Then I'm going to use 3 eggs, not 6 eggs. So 3 eggs, just crack those in there. I always crack them into a bowl. I never crack them straight into the mix, if I'm really honest. And the reason is that I just don't like it if you get any shell in or anything. So, where's my cloth? Always have yourself a nice clean cloth. And all this goes in as an all-in-one. So we've got the flour, the sugar, the eggs, the butter, all as an all-in-one. So the kiddies can do this with you, it's so easy. And we're just going to stir it in. Has anyone ever made one of these before? I'm sure you all have. Can't believe I've got to 56 years of age and it's the first time I've ever made a lemon drizzle cake. So is there any questions, John? Yeah?
No, not at the moment.
You're all good, aren't you? So let's just put this in here.
Joe fixed dog 66 today.
He's what, 66? What, in doggy years?
No, he's 6 today.
Oh, I thought you said 66.
And it's their 43rd wedding anniversary.
Oh my goodness, crikey, well done. Tell you, you could have done time and got out for that, couldn't you?
Several times over.
Yeah, several times over. So as you can see, John, have you got it on this camera here? This mix?
Mm-hmm.
So really very easy. This really is something that you can do with the kiddies, the grandchildren. Okay, all you've got to do is just make sure you've incorporated everything. So, as you can see, I just keep getting a little bit of flour or icing sugar coming up. And then we're going to get our pan. Now the pan, you can grease it any way you want. You can do it the old-fashioned way, or you can use spray release, yeah? So I don't really mind which way you do it. So I've got 2 sprays here, only because I've got a dodgy cap on one of them. There you go, so this one's working fine. So we're just going to spray our pan. Spray our pan, a nice dusting. I think it's just gone all over Maria's camera lens, has it, Maria? Is it all foggy there now?
No, that is okay.
Okay, and then let's get this. I'm just going to try and turn it to the camera for you. Let's get this into the pan. Let's get this in the oven. So it might look a bit messy as I'm trying to put it in. It's very hard to do things so that you guys can see it. It's always much better when you're facing things to yourself. Now, just put that in there. There we are. Can I give you that, John, for the dishwasher?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much.
What spray are you using?
Right, so the spray that I've used, so like I said before, I'll give John all the dirty stuff. So the spray that I'm using, like I said before, for the pan, there's nothing stopping you using. Do you want to check them, see if they're ready to come out? Here we go. There we go. Thank you. So the way I did it when I was a little girl, and I got my children to do it, you know, you get the little plastic grease-proof bit on the top here. Get that, spread it all around the pan. That's one way to do it. You can also use melted butter in a dish, put your pastry brush in and then push it all the way around. Or I like to use this, quite lazy really, it just means I actually don't have to melt any butter, I don't get any greasy fingers, and I can just spray this all over the pan. This one is called Cake Star. They do it in a 100ml can and a 400ml can, which is this one. And the reason I've got 2 is one of my little sprayers is blocked up. So I have to keep bringing it in because it's been blocked up for a while, and I meant to save, I've opened up a new one, meant to save the cap when that one was done and threw it away. So I've had to start the whole process again. So I keep them together now all the time, so as soon as it goes I know to swap over. So that's me and my dizzy head. So there you go, the lemon drizzle cake in the middle. We're just going to pop that in the oven on 180, okay? And that's how easy it was to make that cake. So that's in the oven at 180. Now in a dish here, now in fairness, Mary Berry, she uses only granulated sugar, okay? So she uses 2 ounces of granulated sugar, and but because we're doing double the recipe, because I've got a bigger loaf pan, I would, if you're going to use the smaller one, I would halve that, half with granulated sugar and half with flavoured sugar. Because I've got a bigger pan, a £2 pan, and the only reason I have to keep repeating that is I've put the recipe for a £1 pan. Just remember, I'm making a bigger one. So I've put 2 ounces of granulated sugar and 2 ounces of the lemon flavoured icing sugar, okay? And on the ones I did over there, I used the lime flavoured icing sugar. And then we're going to use a squeeze of the lemon to put it all together. So as soon as that's ready, and it comes out the oven, we'll stick it here on a baking tray and we'll prepare this together. Yeah? So let's just leave that back over there for a moment. And then let me give you that, Maria, because that's dirty. Are you all with me on this recipe? You all got it what I've done? So we're on a double recipe, yeah? Super. Clean our knife. So, wasn't Marion fantastic on Monday? And I did a boo-boo. Some of you wanted the fairies and toadstools and I forgot to set them live on the website. So they're set live now. And so you can grab those if you want to. So I've made some little mini cupcakes this morning. They are still hot. That one's really hot. So let's just set this down on here. And I've just used these with the mini foils. And what I wanted to do is, I actually haven't tried the gin and tonic in a bake. So what I've done is, I've just put these in, I've just replaced the caster sugar for the gin and tonic. So these are on here.
How long was the loaf going in the oven for?
The loaf goes in the oven. Now to be fair, I am a nightmare for watching the time on these things. So what I tend to do, I always give it 20 minutes and then stick a skewer in and see how it goes. But the cook time is 35 minutes, okay? So we'll put it in there for that.
Can you use the flavoured icing sugar in Swiss meringue buttercream?
You can. We have done it in there as well. I would use the stronger flavours in it though if I was you. I've heard other people use some flavours like lemon, and I don't think that's so strong. Personally, I would stick with the raspberry ripple, the black cherry, the cherry bakewell, the lime I think is very good. Strawberry milkshake's been very good in it, but I have had other people use all the other flavours and been equally as happy. Okay, so I'm just going to put those on there. I'm going to get our buttercream ready for these.
Pearl says she loves the spatula. Do we sell them?
I used to sell them, but I've stopped selling them now, Pearl. I am sorry. I've stopped selling them because I do get things in, and then unfortunately some of these things are quite expensive, and there's nothing I can do. That's the problem when you bring some products in, and they just don't really sell. And the only way I do get rid of some of them is by putting them in the clearance bag, which as a business is not really good for us really. I want to make a profit now and again, so crazy as it may be. So unfortunately there's some things that I'm not selling anymore, and that's one of them. But they are lovely, and they're called Zeal. So if you Google Zeal spatulas, you should be able to find them on Amazon. I think they're about $6.95. We were selling them at $5.95, so they were a good deal. Right, so let me just put those there. Yep, super.
Vanda's just asked, was there lemon zest in the mixture as well?
Yes, I didn't put any fresh lemons in. I only used the lemon icing sugar. To be fair, I've only used the lemon icing sugar in that one. The ones that we've already made this morning is I made them with lime, because if you remember what I said, I forgot to bring the lemon home with me last night, and I had to get Laura to rush over this morning, and she got here about half an hour ago, half an hour before we went live. So I wanted to have some sort of cake to show you what it looked like. Okay, so I just did it with another flavour, which in fairness tastes absolutely delicious, doesn't it? It's good. Yeah. So while those are cooling down, I'm going to quickly make some buttercream. So I'm just going to make the buttercream, because I've made these as gin and tonic cupcakes. I'm going to use the gin and tonic buttercream. So let me just get another spoon. So I'm going to use 250 grams of softened butter. When I say this is softened, the other one was melted softened. This is room temperature softened. So Maria, I'm not sure which way you want to go, my lovely. So anybody who doesn't know Maria, she always comes into the kitchen. Which way do you want to go? Always comes into the kitchen. I don't know whether I'm on camera now. Which camera am I on, Joe? I might be out of camera if you want to have a look.
No, you're on camera.
I'm on camera? Okay. So we're going to have a whole racket now, because I'm going to put on the mixer. All I'm going to make is a basic buttercream recipe. And this is the recipe that I use for the Russian piping tips, nifty nozzles, the genuine ones. So all we're going to do is whip the living daylights out of the butter. I only use value butter when it comes to using butter for the buttercream, simply because we use our flavoured icing sugar, and the flavoured icing sugar gives it such a great flavour, you actually don't need to buy an expensive butter. So let's whip the daylights out of this. So it's going to be noisy for a moment. I'm just going to wash my hands a minute. like it. So sorry about that, guys. You have to listen to that.
Do you use salted or unsalted butter?
Okay, so that's a good question. Now,
From Emma, who's a novice.
Okay, Emma. So everybody tell you it's personal choice what you use. Personally, I've always used unsalted. Now, a lot of people use salted, and by using salted, it takes the sweetness away, because believe it or not, we're using icing sugar, and I'm not being sarcastic to you. We're using icing sugar and it's very sweet. And I always laugh when I go to the cake shows and we give out tasters and we're giving out buttercream samples and they go, "Ooh, that's sweet." And I think, well, yeah, just give you a spoonful of buttered sugar. So if you want to take the sweetness away, you can use salted butter. If you want to leave it as it is, then use unsalted, which is what I do. And personally, if you want to make yourself easy, do half and half. So use half unsalted and half salted butter, and then I think you'll come to an happy medium. Yeah. So what we're doing is we're just beating the living daylights out of the butter, and it's going to need a little bit more of a beat. I should have thought about this and done this before we come live, really. So, but to make it a nice smooth consistency, it's always good to beat this first. And when you're doing this for the Russian piping tips as well, make sure you beat the butter really well before you add the icing sugar. If you add the icing sugar and the butter and beat the living daylights out of that, it becomes lots of holes in it. So let's get the butter beat first, then add the icing sugar. Having a sneaky piece, but believe me, I know he will, because I know that he loves lemon drizzle cake, and I'm sure he's going to love that lime one here as well. So there you go, Maria. What do you want to have a look at? Yeah. So all we've done here, I don't know which camera we're on. Are we still on this camera? Okay. So all we've done now is go around the bowl and scrape it down. And it doesn't matter which mixer you have, you will always have to scrape it down. I've got different paddles, some with rubber on the sides, and that certainly helps. Sometimes when you're whipping it at speed, it takes it all round the side, and then you get like a big round around the top. So make sure you knock all that off as well. So what we're going to do is, because I'm making gin and tonic cupcakes, which is what in here, I'm going to use the gin and tonic flavouring. So if you want to turn that back here. Okay, so for the flavours now, these are two brand new flavours. They are non-alcoholic. There's no alcohol in any of our flavours. So the peach Bellini, the pina colada, the mulled wine, no, it's not mulled wine. Yes, it's mulled wine. We have it at Christmas, isn't it? Yeah. So the mulled wine and the gin and tonic and the prosecco are all non-alcoholic. So this is a take on the flavour. Is it going to taste exactly like a gin and tonic? No, it's not. Is it going to taste similar? Yes, it is. Okay. So what we're going to do is, and it smells gorgeous. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a whole bag in, okay? Now some people like to dilute the flavour, some people like to do 50-50. 50-50 means you for every 250 grams of butter, you need 500 grams of icing sugar, and in this case flavoured icing sugar. So what you could do if you wanted to make your icing sugar go a bit further, you could use 250 grams of the flavoured, and 250 grams of plain, and then you've got another half a bag there for another time. But we're going to go all in because that's the way I like to do things. So we're putting the whole bag in, and I have to say, if you haven't got this, or whoever's got it, it smells gorgeous. Has anybody tried it yet? Because this has been selling for fun now. We released this mid-February, and we can't make it fast enough. It's crazy. So has anybody tried it? John wants to tell me.
Obviously running a bit behind.
Yeah.
And obviously we've got the deal on as well.
Oh yes, don't forget the deal. So the deal is, don't forget, it's on for the whole of March, and it's buy two for £4. So you can buy the gin and tonic and the prosecco for £4. We've still got the taster bundle on as well for £16. That makes it £2 a bag, and that's 8 flavours for £2. They are flavours that we've selected, okay, and you can't change them unfortunately, but they are all delicious. Don't think, oh, I don't like that one. You will have somebody in your family who will like it, and use it to make other things. You know, don't think just about making cupcakes. You know, we've showed you how to make marshmallows, we've showed you how to make fudge, cheesecakes, biscuits, muffins, all sorts of things. So what I'm actually doing now is I'm just going to chop the icing sugar into the butter, and then because it's still not soft enough, I'm actually going to add a couple of tablespoons of boiled water. Now if you add boiled water and you don't use all your buttercream, okay, you can then, whatever's left, save. Pop it into an airtight container and then you can save it. If you want to use milk, unfortunately you can't save it. You can only save it for a day or two, and then you really do need to eat it then. And if you use condensed milk, you will be able to save it because the condensed milk's got preservatives in. So where is my spoons, measuring spoons? John, can you pass me those measuring spoons, please? Okay. So I'm just going to add 2 tablespoons of boiled water, and this is just to get it nice and soft. So poor Marion came on Monday and she was so ill, and you know her, she's been in bed since she's got back home, and I messaged her yesterday because I needed some stuff, and she just hasn't got out of bed. She feels really unwell. So God bless her for turning up on Monday. I think she did a great demo, especially as she was unwell. So let me just scrape that off. And then you're going to have to hear the mixer again. So sorry about that, guys. So for those of you who've got a KitchenAid, you do know you get one of those lovely little plastic tops that go over the top, which is pretty useless. Some of you got a Kenwood and you've got an amazing top, and the Andrew James has got an amazing top, keeps everything in. And I wish that for such a beautiful machine that KitchenAid do, and they do a beautiful machine, they would actually sort the top out. So we're going to have to pop over with a tea towel, just so that I don't cover the whole kitchen in icing sugar and me and Maria. So it won't be a minute. So we'll put it on slow first, get it incorporated. Pardon? Pardon? I can't hear you. So you need to turn this on. Sorry, John just said something to me. So funny when you're in this kitchen, and some of you have been in here, and especially when we get a guest on. John is the great person. Him and Maria do hand signals, and it's like this camera, that camera, up, down, and I have no idea. So he dives behind the camera in despair, don't you, love? Right, oh, here we go. Brilliant. I'm just going to turn it on a bit faster, get it all incorporated. Up we go. Get it all off. And this is perfect, just how we want it. Nice and fluffy. Now if you do want to get it really white, there's various butters you could buy. Lurpak, a bit more expensive than the value butter, but that's very white in colour. And Marks and Spencer's white butter is very white and delicious as well. And that's perfect for your buttercreams. With this, I never put whitener in my buttercream, but I know that there is a whitener that we sell and lots of people swear by it. And I just think I might have it here. So I know that the Queen of Hearts girls use it all the time. And this is a thing called sugar, what's it called? It's called Super White by Sugar Flare. So you can put that into here, okay? And how they mix it was a half a teaspoon with a tiny bit of water into a thick paste, and then they poured it into their buttercream and made their buttercream really white. Some people use the tiniest of a pin drop, tiniest prick of grape colour, and that makes it go white. Don't know why, I've never tried it myself, but people swear by that. But to be fair, I'm quite happy with this colour myself, so I don't really need it any whiter than that. And it's nice and soft and squeezy. Could I have a dishcloth please, John? Sorry, I keep throwing it back to you. That one? Would you mind? Is that one? Is it? Oh, great. Hey, you're on the game, you aren't you? You've got it all nice and organised. So, here we go. Is it you? There. John was getting the praise for having it organised there, so let me give you that, John. And looks like our cake in the oven is doing nicely. And then what we're going to do is, we're going to do these, we're going to decorate them, and so we've got gin and tonic and Prosecco. There's no point in me making 2 lots of buttercream, but just a little idea. So what we're going to do is, we are going to use our 1M Wilton. So we're going to use the 1M Wilton for this one, and I think I will use, it's the 2A Wilton. We do these as a set, by the way. So we have the 2D, that swirl. A lot of people like to make the roses with this one, this round one, and then we have this little spiky one here. But so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to split this buttercream. So can I have 2 bowls, please? In fact, actually, John, I don't need 2 bowls. I'm going to do it a different way. Sorry. So we're going to. I think Laura will put the price, but they come in a set and they're well worth buying. You should buy a few of them actually. Keep them in stock. Once you start doing roses, you'll want to do all different colours.
Someone want to see how you store all your cake accessories. I think it's a little box.
Oh, this little box, okay. So this little box is on sale. Might have a few grubby bits in there. I didn't know you was going to have a look in it. So this little box is on sale, okay, and I've ended up altering it to have a lot of my own tips in, but basically it comes as a set. I think it's a 55-piece set, if I'm honest. It is on the website. You get a couple. In fact, all the nozzles aren't in here that you get in here, but you get a whole load of nozzles, but they're on the website there. And I tend up, there's a couple of spaces, so I've put in some extra leaves and things like that I like to hold a lot of. And then you get this little clip bit. So you have to lie those ones down. You get this little clip bit, and then you can clip it together and store all your tips in one place.
It's on the Wilton section, isn't it?
It's on the Wilton section. I think it may be in the Nifty Nozzles section as well. So it's called Wilton. It's lovely and I like it. It's just great, putting everything away, keeps everything nice and organised. For my Nifty Nozzles, I tend to keep them in a big plastic container all stacked up. But these are such fiddly little things that I quite like them rolled up like that. So, come back on here. So I'm just cutting my bag. So I'm going to show you 2 ways to colour, okay? And this one is, we're going to make a little...
I think she wanted to see the tins and the boards instead.
Oh, you want to see the tins and the boards? What tins and boards?
I think the loaf tin.
Oh, the loaf tin. I don't sell this one. I used to sell them, Paul Hollywood, but this is the Paul Hollywood range. I absolutely love it. And I used to sell the whole range. It is very expensive, but again, it's one of those things that not everybody wants to invest that type of money in. And so I don't sell it anymore. But it is fabulous, and I've got the whole range. I love them, and again, it's something else that I don't know. We seem to sell really well on baking products as a company. As a company, all our baking products go really well. Our icing sugars go well. Our nozzles go well, but our tins and things don't. So I don't know why, but they're great. So you'll have to Google for those. Let them know Sugar and Crumbs told you about them as well. So I'm going to show you 2 ways of colouring your buttercream. Okay. So we're just going to do this one in the bowl here, and I'm just going to use the raspberry colour. Probably don't need that much actually. Just put a little blob of raspberry in. So I'm just going to colour this one very quickly. And obviously I've gone and put quite a large amount in here. I wasn't thinking, I've squirted in as much as I would normally put in for the whole amount. So it's really, really, really deep this, and you don't need that much. Is there any chance you could pass me another spoon, John, please? Thank you very much. Just keep it out there. But they're going to look good. And then what we're going to do then is, so we've got our nozzle in the bag. This is the 1M Wilton, and what we're going to do with this is, we're just going to push this all round the outside of the bag to give it a nice thin coat. It doesn't have to be a thick coat, just a nice thin coat. Tell you, the weather's crazy here today. I looked at our forecast all week, and after all that snow, it didn't say we was getting snow, and then we got snow this morning. Did anybody else get it? That slushy stuff that came with the rain.
Someone mentioned that they're in Leeds and they're off today because of the snow.
Really? So you never know, we might get it again. So
And it was Jodie who I thought wanted to see the Wilton box. What she actually wanted to do was look in the cupboards to see how you store everything.
in cupboards what? In my kitchen cupboards?
I think she wanted to be, I was just wanting to be nosy.
Oh, right, okay.
You don't want to see them. They're probably the same as yours, Jodie. Everything's rammed in.
In the kitchen cupboards here?
Yeah.
None of my baking stuff is in this kitchen, in fairness. I'm lucky enough to have a little baking kitchen next door, and but because we always do the Facebook Lives, there's not enough room in there. So we do it in here, which is mine and John's kitchen, so everything we have is in there. So as you can see, I've filled that up with white. I'm just going to squirt this out so we can get this going.
Oh, it's a snow day in Liverpool as well.
Oh, crikey.
Leeds and Liverpool.
Yeah. So
And Chorley. So we're probably just a tad south of that, so
Yeah.
we've missed most of it.
yeah, absolutely. So for this one here, so
Just on cutting the bags, Jane has said she wastes more bags cutting them the wrong size. Is there a trick?
well, the problem is with a lot of people, and I used to make this mistake myself, I would cut the bag and drop the nozzle in and then realise that I'd cut it too far. And I don't do that now. I'll quickly show you what I do. And are we under, which camera are we under? Should we go under this one?
Yep.
So I drop my nozzle into the bag. So this is the way I do it now, all the time. And then I don't waste any bags.
There's no snow with Robert Allen this week. So.
Avery was up there, Robert. It was bad. So, John, am I on the camera
Yes,
here?
you are. Yes, perfect.
Right, okay. So what I would do is push your nozzle to the bottom of the bag. And see this frill, the join of the bag? Take it to the tip. So the tip is there. And then just cut it in line with the tip. Yeah? Just cut that. Pop your nozzle back. Cut that in a straight line. And pop your nozzle out, and see how it's just come out a little bit more, and that was lining it up with the tip. So if you can, just try and make sure you line it up as much as you can, but don't cut any more than that. If you cut halfway up here on any piping tip, your nozzle will pop out. Yeah?
It's raining in the Netherlands. Thank you for the birthday wishes, Annalise.
Oh, is Annalise watching,
Yep.
is she? Hello! Right, so what we're going to do is then, so we've got these little cupcakes here. So which camera are we on, John? Okay, can we go on here?
Yeah, perfect. Right
All
in the
right,
middle.
so can you see that there? So what we're doing there, do you want to move that out of the way, Maria? No, not you out the way, do you want to move that out the way? Gets bossed about in this kitchen a lot. So what we're going to do is we're just going to do a little rose, okay? So we're going to go around, it's going to start in the middle, we're going to go round and round, round, and we're just going to drop it off, okay? I'm going to show you again. So we're in the middle, and don't worry if your cases go in like that. So we're just going to go in the middle, round, round. We're just going to drop it off.
Well, we've got Andy in Australia, and they've got lovely sunshine.
Oh, Aradell's in Australia. Where's Andy from?
I don't know. Where in Australia are you, Andy? He's just made a chocolate cake. Jane's asking, am I 21 today? Well, that was last year.
Right, okay then, so we're in the middle, so we're going to go round. Yeah, and that's for our roses. And what we're going to do is we're just going to put on the end there, on that little blob there, okay, we're just going to pop on a little raspberry. So as you all know, I've only used one flavour, gin and tonic, but let's just pretend that this is our Prosecco flavour. So nice pink foil cupcases, we sell those. We sell the raspberry colour splash. We sell the Prosecco flavoured icing sugar. So we're just going to put those on there. And you can put one.
We don't sell raspberries.
We don't sell raspberries, no. Got these from the co-op, very nice. So we'll put those on there. Yeah. So we'll do that. And then let's do the other way of colouring the bag.
Oh,
So
Andy's in a place called Wagon near Perth.
Which Andy is that?
Andy Karen.
Ah, hello. Where is it, near Perth?
Near Perth, that's the
Oh, right.
website.
So in fact I cut a bag before, didn't I? So this one here, this bag that we cut before, okay, so what we're going to do now is we are going to put a little bit of the lime green colouring in, which is here. So I'm making my usual mess. So I'll just move that out of the way.
And we've got Heidi from South Africa.
Hi Heidi. Oh, you're all coming in from everywhere this morning.
Yep.
I don't know what the time zones are there, so it's got to be late in Australia because they're well ahead of the game. So what are they, about 8 o'clock over there? 8 o'clock in the evening?
Perth, probably about 8, 9 o'clock, yeah.
Yep. So,
And Andy's going to send a picture of his cake. Yes, send any pictures in, and we will share them with our audience.
absolutely. Right, so which camera are we on, John? Are we on this one? Or are we on this one? It needs to be on this one.
This one, yeah.
Can we go on this one?
Yeah, you are.
Okay, so all I'm going to do with this one is...
Can you show the rose nozzle to somebody?
I will do, yeah.
Yeah.
So all I'm going to do with this one is I'm just going to squirt a little bit of colour into the bag. You only need a tiny bit. Can you see that? Wait a minute, let me just show you how much I put in. Look. See that? There?
A speck.
A speck. And then what we're going to do is we're going to rub it up and down the bag. All we need to do. And if you're not sure you want to go a bit more, then you know what, I'm probably going to over colour this, because if you're like me, you think, no, that can't possibly be right. Let's put another speck in, and then we wish that we didn't. So there we go. And I just need to check my lemon drizzle cake, because it's definitely been in long enough. So just one moment, guys. Ooh, he's looking good. Just needs a few more minutes. So we're going to rub that colour in. That's what I'm saying. And then we'll put it over. And I'll show you the nozzles again in a moment. And we're just going to pop the buttercream in. I've got a little bit of pink from last time.
It's 10 to 2 in South Africa, Heidi says.
Oh right, fantastic.
They're not too far ahead of us.
And they should be lovely and warm as well, shouldn't they? It's only good old dreary England and Europe. Netherlands, Germany, that's all cold. Finland, all that way. I tell you, I'm down for some warm weather. So can you see now, you know when I said to you, look, you only need a tiny bit, and then I've gone in and put some more. I should have kept with my original and just kept that one little speck, so one speck too many. Okay, so let's just get it going.
The cat said the cake said just short of 30 minutes.
Yeah, I've just checked them, they're not ready yet. Just needs a couple of minutes. It's a £2 pan, this one. So here we're going to go, oh wait a minute, on our green foil pans. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go round on the outside, and we're just going to finish off like that. So we're going to go round on the outside, and we're just going to finish off like that. I'm going to put some more buttercream in because I actually poured a whole lot out there. Oh, I thought I'd make these nice and thick. I'm not a big fan of this nozzle. I really like the rose nozzle. So here we go. So we're just going to go around. Can you see well on this camera, John? We're on this camera. Yeah. So we're just going to go around. Again, put that there. Let's do the last one. And sorry, I'm not even sure if I'm on the camera there.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah. I don't know what I did with that one. What did I do with that one? Lost me way. So let me finish this one off. So if you notice, we went round on the outside, but my favourite will always be this one. You start in the middle, go all the way around. Oh, and I've run out of buttercream. No. Let me put some more buttercream in. We'll just get rid of the tray that I'm on. Let me put a little bit more buttercream in. Let's finish off that cake. So never worry if you have to go round again.
So Rob Allen just asked, do you reuse the icing that you pipe out while you're waiting for the colour to come through?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely, you would know that, Rob. Come on. There we go. So they're on there. And then, so let's just get these little cookies in. So can you see now, I think that there is 2 lime colour. So that's 2 dots too many. So I've gone ahead, showed you that, because a lot of you don't believe, and I was exactly the same. You don't believe, and you actually go ahead and think, no, it won't work. I've got to put a bit more in, and you don't need to. So let's just take them over there. Take them over there. That one. Let's pop our slice of lime.
Marie's saying that would be nice for St. Patrick's Day. I'm assuming she's referring to the green colour.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely, yeah. Absolutely. Just stick a nice slice of lime in. There we go. Sure, lots of you could decorate it a lot better than that. But just to give you an idea for just topping up your cupcakes and to show you, don't put any more colour in. Less is more. It will come through, don't worry about it. So let's get our lemon drizzle cake. Let's just move those out the way. So we'll decorate those after actually. So let's get our lemon drizzle cake. Should be coming out of the oven now. It should be ready, just 1 second guys. So that's smelling good. So I'm just going to give that a couple of minutes to wait there. So, because I've got some exciting news to tell you. Okay, so let me get my little thing. So, do you remember Baking Heaven, Cupcake Heaven? They decided to do some awards, and you could nominate for several categories. I mean, I actually thought I was going to win all of them. I'm disappointed to say I didn't, but I will tell you. So, the Cake Decorating Heaven magazine and Baking Heaven Net magazine have announced their winners. So, the most enjoyable teaching experience was won by Paul Bradford, Sugarcraft School, and he is amazing. And I have had a sneaky chat with Paul Bradford this week, and he is hoping to be down here on our Facebook Live sometime in June. He's got a few things to do. We've got to confirm it up. So I'm really happy that he won that award. So the most enjoyable teaching experience is Paul Bradford. I did think you were going to pick me. I thought we were great on our Facebook Lives, but there you go. So the most innovative product for 2017, that was Cake Craft World with the easiest peony ever cutter. So they won with that, congratulations. So congratulations to Paul, congratulations to Cake Craft World. I thought we were in for a winner with nifty nozzles, but no we weren't. But what I will tell you is we got second prize, which was highly recommended. So we came second. So we've got a lovely little award that goes highly recommended that we got. So the best supermarket buy was by Dr. Oka Shimmer Spray. Do you remember when the girls were here? They used that gold shimmer spray. So Dr. Oka won that for the best supermarket buy. Best for beginners. Who do you think it was? Woo-hoo-hoo! Sugar and Crumbs. So thank you very much. So we won that for our flavoured icing sugars, best for beginners. It's great for all hobby bakers, new bakers who are just coming learning how to use products, and they've been using their flavoured icing sugars. So we got voted best for that. Best for customer services, the Cake Decorating Company. Congratulations to them as well. I thought we were equally good. So there's 4 prizes there. I thought I was going to win, but I won 1. Can't win them all. Best sugar paste brand, Renshaw. Well, I like Renshaw, so well done to them too. Most useful cake decorating tool. Don't get too excited, but it was actually the best. And that was the Wilton Ultra Cake Turntable, okay? And we got highly commended for that as well. Sugar and Crumbs, nifty nozzles. So the turntable beat us. Who would have believed it? Am I being sarcastic? No, not at all. Well done to Wilton. I'm a big fan of Wilton products, by the way. Best colouring, Sugar Flare, concentrated colours. Great colours, I think they're great. And the best brand was Renshaw, and the cake decorator of the year is Zoe Clark, and well done to her because she's absolutely amazing. So those are the awards from Cake Decorating Heaven. I sincerely mean congratulations to them all. They were all nominated by you guys. Well done. You know what, you can't win any prize. We won 2. So we got 1 for our flavoured icing sugars, and we got highly commended for our nifty nozzles. And you know what, I'm very happy with that. So thank you everybody, I really am. And thank you for Cake Decorating Heaven and Baking Heaven for nominating us. I really do appreciate it. So we're going to stick our little stickers on, hopefully. You never know. So is everybody chuffed with that? What do you think, guys? Yeah, you like it? You like the sarcasm? You know I'm going to say it as I see it, but don't speak as I speak. You know what? I'll never be happy. So we've got our lemon drizzle cake, okay? So can you pass me a fork out of there, John, please? And what we're going to do now is, I've already pre-weighed this, okay? So because I've made a bigger cake, this is double to what the recipe is, okay? So this is double of the caster sugar and double of the granulated sugar. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut this lemon. So you can either add water or you can use the juice of a lemon. And we're going to use the juice of the lemon. So I'm just going to flip the pips out a minute. And we are just going to see if we can save any pips. That's the only reason I'm holding my hand under it there. So she says use half a lemon, but I'm going to have to use the full one because I've had to do double. So I'm going to squeeze that one. Take that pip out there. So it's quite good that, those awards, isn't it? I'm really chuffed with them. Are you guys? What do you think? Best for beginners. Sugar and Crumbs, well done.
Lots of congratulations and thank you everyone.
And it was all down to you guys. If you hadn't voted for us, we wouldn't have got it. So that's great. So here we go. And then I am just going to stir this in. Now the reason we could have used all flavoured icing sugar here, okay? We could have used all flavoured icing sugar and no granulated. The reason we've used the granulated is to give you that crunchy bit on the top. So if you don't want the crunchy bit, you can just use all the flavoured icing sugar. You also don't have to use the juice of a lemon either. You can just use a couple of teaspoons of water. So the best thing to do is to do it while it's in the loaf pan and do it while it's warm, okay, because that gives it more chance to melt. So stick your fork all over going to do that. Stick your fork all over. This is so that everything goes down the holes. So put as many holes in as you want. Okay. John, can you pass me a small knife, please? So I really shouldn't do this on my nice new pan. I'm just going to make sure that my cake is loose. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to drizzle that over just so it melts.
Joe said you can warm the lemon in the microwave to get more juice out.
Yeah. Oh, can you?
We're lucky we've got lemons at all.
Yes, we didn't have any just before we started. I nipped into the co-op last night to get lemons and limes, and for some reason, I don't know what I was doing. I'm convinced I bought lemons. I don't know where they are, but I come to the fridge this morning and accused John of having them in his water. So he had to run to the shop and get me some this morning. So we've just put that on there. Just going to let that all melt in. I keep spooning it over. Now the other one I actually took out of the pan and I actually did it, but it all came out all over the board. She does say do it in the pan when the cake comes out of the oven. So I'm going to leave this to set.
Finish this?
Yeah, finish with that, sorry. And I will tell you, it smells good, doesn't it, Maria? Smells good. Which camera are we on, Tom? Which camera was we on? Which one was we on? When I was doing this? When you walked to there?
Oh, this one.
Okay, never know where to look. He starts ticking all the cameras and goes for a walk and starts munching out of the fridge or getting a drink or whatever. So, does anybody want to go over anything then, guys, what we've done today? Is there any questions? John's not shouted out a lot actually, he's been very quiet for his birthday.
Pam has just said what she missed, who's won something.
Well, there's only one winner you need to know about is, and that's Sugar and Crumbs. I'm joking. What did I do with that? So I'll quickly read them out again quickly. Is there any other questions? So, the most bit that, to be fair, they're all great winners. So Paul Bradford won most enjoyable teaching experience, and there's me thinking that we were really good fun here at Sugar and Crumbs. To be fair, that man is absolutely amazing. He deserves that award time and time again. The most innovative product for 2017 was won by Cake Craft World for designing the easiest peony cutter ever. They also did the easiest rose, the easiest smallest rose, the easiest carnation. It's so easy to make flowers that way, they've done that. Best supermarket buy, Dr. Oka for the shimmer spray, okay, and that is an amazing product as well. We sell that. Best for beginners, Sugar and Crumbs Flavoured Icing Sugar. So we won for the Flavoured Icing Sugar, best for beginners, people who start out in the baking world, learning to use our sugars in all their bakes. Best customer services, the cake decorating company. Best sugar paste, Renshaw won. Most useful cake decorating tool was the Wilton Ultra Cake Turntable. I'm not sure why it's amazing. I'm going to go and have a look, but you guys obviously think it is amazing. We got highly recommended with our nifty nozzles. I'm sure they should have been turned around there, but never mind guys, you love that turntable. Best colouring, Sugar Flare Concentrated Food Colours. Best brand, Renshaw, and the Cake Decorator of the Year, and well deserved, is to Zoe Clark. She's absolutely amazing. So, I'm going to see if we can get this out.
We'll just, the drizzle topping, how much icing sugar was in there?
There was 2 ounces of flavoured icing sugar and 2 ounces of caster sugar. So John, can you just pass me another knife, please? In fact, actually, still hot this. I'm going to make a right mess trying to get this out. This is going to be fun. Yeah, I think I might just have to leave it until it sets. Yeah, I think I'll leave it till it sets, guys. So, on Monday night, we're back here on Monday night, and we've got Zoe Hopkins in here from Zoe's Fancy Cakes, based in Leeds. Now, what a talented young lady she is. She's well known all over the place. She's known for making models, and if you go over to Zoe's page, go and like her page, go and have a look at her YouTube tutorials. She's done a fantastic YouTube tutorial on nifty nozzles. It's absolutely amazing. She's made flower pots with hydrangea flowers in it, and they look super. So certainly go and have a look at those. And have a look at all the models. But she's going to be here on Monday. She's going to make something for Easter, and I believe it's a rabbit or maybe a lamb, and I'm going to convince her to make both. And then she passed the book back to me. I've got to make the cake and decorate it so that she can make the Easter theme to put the little lamb and bunny on. Hopefully she's going to make both, seeing that I've now got to make a cake. So she'll be here on Monday. Laura is going to be here on Thursday morning, baking in the kitchen. And I forgot what she's going to make. How bad's that? Can't remember what Laura's going to make, but we'll post you later. So that's 8 o'clock on Monday at 8 p.m. Come back into the kitchen for Zoe Hopkinson from Zoe's Fancy Cakes. Please pop over, like her page, and make sure you're back here to watch her. She's an amazing young lady, a fantastic cake artist, and if you haven't seen her, she's certainly somebody to watch. And before we go, I would like you to like and share this session today. It's very important that you like and share. Every now and again, John puts up a little overlay that says like and share. It's very important to get our word out there, like and share, and for people to understand what's going on in the Sugar and Crumbs kitchen. We're not professionals. Do you know what? I'm more advanced than a hobby baker now, so I can't really say I'm a hobby baker because I've been baking for the last 3 years here at Sugar and Crumbs, but I call myself that because I don't bake professionally, and I'm always teaching myself new skills. I'm not perfect at everything, and I don't profess to be a professional. I'm looking for you guys to sort of learn from me, or maybe me learn from you as well, because you've been a great help. So John, what are you giggling at there? Is there a funny question? Something said?
No, Caporati said, Brill, I need to make a cake for school bake-offs and I want to smash the other mums.
Funny cat. Well done. There's loads of school bake-offs, isn't there? They're absolutely brilliant that you all get involved in that. So I don't know if there's any other questions, but please like and share. So as soon as we finish, okay, like and share this page, and it actually means like and share our post, and you know, share us with all your friends. So is there anything else, John? No? So am I going to see you all Monday, guys? Are we? Oh, and for those people who didn't see earlier, let me just show. This is what we made before. So this was the lemon drizzle cake. I made it in a loaf, and I made it as a round cake as well. So this is before, and the colour in that is absolutely lovely. Can you see it? John's going to have some of these. Maria's had a slice. I've had a slice already. And there you go. Your lemon drizzle cake. This one on here I actually made with lime zest, and it smells gorgeous. And the one underneath I made as lemon drizzle. And as soon as this is cooled down, I'll pop it out onto the board, and Maria will take a picture and she'll add it to the end of the tutorial. So that's a goodbye from me, John and Maria in the kitchen today. Thank you for joining us, and we're going to see you Monday at 8 o'clock. Don't forget to press your alarm buttons. Set your alarm buttons. Bye-bye.